read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Dwayne Edwards says he loaned his rare vinyl records to a student who sampled the tracks and scratched them. Simon Russell says he bought CDs and a streaming service gift card for his teacher to cover the damage.
Gentlemen, I see I have Dwayne Edwards here as my plaintiff and Simon Russell as my defendant. Mr. Edwards, I see you are suing Mr. Russell for $794. You allege property damage. What brings you to court, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I loaned some vinyl records, actually rare and valuable records, to Simon to listen to, first of all. I have a class teaching music theory and music appreciation. Teach at a local community college. So I kind of noticed that Simon was a up-and-coming student. He had potential, he has talent, he has a vision. I noticed that early on. So I wanted to kind of look more into what I could do to help him progress.
Nurture the talent.
Yes.
Okay. And he was in your class for how long?
Oh, it was a short period of time. It wasn't even a semester.
Okay.
You know, and so we had a problem. I loaned him the records to listen to. First of all, before we did that, I talked to him about digital music compared to analog music.
Yes.
A lot of the
old school, new school.
Yeah, a lot of students now, a lot of young people, they just want to just push some computer buttons, get some samples, some music loops, keyboard loops, drum loops, but they don't want to put in the work that it takes in order to perfect their craft.
The instrumentality.
Exactly.
I
and
understand.
vocals without auto-tune and these other things.
Yes. I used to dabble in alto and tenor saxophone myself, so I understand the music theory of it all. Now, don't ask me to play nothing, but go ahead, sir.
Okay. So I figured, listen, we start like any good recipe, you know, a
Basics.
box. Yes, the basics, the right ingredients. So this is what I shared with him. I had about 100 records in my office. And I said, listen, why don't you come by and we'll listen to some vinyl so you can really hear what audio should sound like.
Yes.
So he came by and listened to the music and he fell in love with the sound. So that encouraged me. I said, well, you know, maybe I'll take a chance and I'll let him take some of this music home to really get familiar with it.
So loan it out.
Yes.
Okay. How many records are we talking, sir?
5 total.
Okay, so you let him take 5 very valuable, probably at this point almost irreplaceable vinyl records of your collection home so he could get better acquainted with the sonic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's get to you, Mr. Russell. Is this all tracking to you? This all makes sense?
It's all sounded about right, Your Honor.
Okay.
You know, I've been making
You just
music.
already look defeated, Mr. Russell. Golly, go ahead.
You know, it's just dealing with this guy has been such a thing. I didn't know it was going to result like this, you know. But, you know, I love music. I've been making music since I was 15. You know,
And how old are you now, young man?
I am 27 years old.
Okay, great. So you're taking this music theory class from this connoisseur?
Yes. I mean, I was self-taught.
Okay.
And I studied the greats, you know, Dr. Dre, Kanye West, stuff like that.
No,
and
I thought he was about to say Quincy Jones or something. Talking about, I mean, I like Dre, don't get me wrong. We ain't forgot about Dre. At all. All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you know, and that was just like, but you know, you got to get real at some point and start getting on the keys. You got to learn how to do some music theory, you know?
Yes.
So I figured maybe I'll go back to, you know, community college and try to, you know, sharpen my skills and take it to the next level. And I ended up joining Mr. Edwards' class. And
So he invites you to his office, as he said, and you are listening. And what are you thinking as you're listening to some of these pioneers?
Honestly, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's tell the truth.
When I first got to his class, he was a really good guy, really well-intentioned, you know, clearly was into the music just as deep as I was. But you know, slowly as time went on, I clearly saw that there was like a little bit of a snobism going on with them, you know, like a little bit of a music elitism, if you will. And, you know.
He's a bit of a purist.
Yeah, you know, everything is real analog with him. You know, everything's real in the box. You know, this guy is
By the book.
still mad that, you know, Dylan went electric in the 60s. Like, I don't get why he's so like that, you know? And I tried my best, and all the students in the class were also talking about it, and they were like a little disgruntled because he was trying to push that on them. And, you know, the kids listen to Charlie XCX now, sir.
Who?
Like, Charlie XCX.
You lost me too.
You know,
Do you know? I'm sorry.
I've heard.
You've heard.
Yes.
See, Elijah's my right-hand man. He keeps me on the pulse of the culture.
the culture is lit right now. Charlie XCX, she's definitely got it.
Oh, she?
Coming up on Equal Justice.
He kept saying like, oh man, you gotta listen to this artist. And I'm like, who's John Coltrane? Who's this John
Who's
Coltrane?
John Coltrane?
Can you teach me, Mr. Music Man? Can
Oh,
you?
my God.
And later,
I believe that my former roommate and former friend here interfered with my ability to have somebody take over my lease, causing me to spend 3 months of rent in a space that I didn't live in.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Dwayne Edwards, who blames Simon Russell for ruining his rare vinyl records.
They like electronic dance music, electronic, Mr. Edwards.
Okay, Mr. Russell, but
And you know, yeah, he was talking about his vinyl collection. He even kept going on.
So you went in
and
his
on about
office
it.
and you listened to this.
Yeah, I went in the office and he kept talking about these artists and these albums that I need to listen to, the greats and stuff. And
Did you appreciate what he was trying to do?
honestly, I was playing dumb. Your
So you
Honor.
were bored.
Yeah, I just wanted to see how far this goes with him. He kept saying like, oh man, you got to listen to this artist. And I'm like, who's John Coltrane? Who's this John
Who's
Coltrane?
John Coltrane?
Can you teach me, Mr. Music Man? Can you?
Oh my God!
And it's like,
Come on now.
dude,
No, Mr. Russell.
You see my
I'm gonna
dilemma.
have to gather you up. We're not gonna have no John Coltrane slander in my courtroom.
I know John
No
Coltrane.
John
It's like,
Coltrane
we all
slander.
know it. Like,
No Charlie Parker slander.
See my dilemma.
We're not doing none of that, sir.
you know, and it was just odd to me that he was doing it.
Okay, but
and
it's
I'm honestly, you know, really offended that you really think no one knows
No,
Janet Jackson.
Mr. Russell.
That's
Mr.
so
Russell.
crazy to me.
Mr. Russell.
Are you kidding me?
Mr. Russell.
Hey guys, there's this cool underground band named the Rolling Stones. I don't know if you heard about them.
Okay, yo, maybe that's the
They didn't make
That
it
is
big.
the problem.
Mr. Russell has a listening problem.
That's exactly the problem, Your Honor.
Mr. Russell seems like you cannot hear. Your audible is deficient, sir, because I know you heard me pounding this loud gavel.
I lived in the ghetto. Everything's
Okay,
let's
all
see. Okay, all right.
I need to fast forward this train along. You at some point accept the 5 vinyl records that this scholar allowed you to borrow.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. Can somebody show me what the records were so I can see them?
Yes, Your
Please
Honor.
give your whole evidence folder to my bailiff. Thank you, sir. I still can't believe you were still talking. Okay. All right. Oh, I recognize some of these great classics. Okay, we don't even have to see, we have to protect the copyright, exactly the image, but we know iconic music when we see it,
Yes.
even a little bit.
Yes.
So these are some of the greats, I must
Yes.
contend.
Yes.
Okay, and we see some of these price tags as well
Yes.
of what the retail of these really artifacts, right, would cost to replace. $250, another one $275, $272. You have some evidence as well, sir?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Can you please collect his folder? Thank you.
One other thing I want to add, Your Honor, is that some of these artists aren't even alive anymore.
Oh, I know.
So this is what makes
No.
it even more.
More upset. I understand. Okay, so now I am looking at CD versions of these classic, iconic vinyl albums, and the replacement for the CDs looks a little bit more like $6, $8, $5, and $4. It's a little bit different, don't you think, Mr. Russell?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
I would say so. And then I know you're not going to insult my intelligence with this being what I think it is. I'm looking at a $99 gift card for some streaming services
Absolutely,
as a way to
Your
replace
Honor.
these iconic vinyl records that this man so graciously afforded you to borrow.
Yes, indeed.
I guess the question we all want to know is, what happened to the vinyl, sir?
His main thing that he wanted to stress to me was to, appreciate the greats, respect them. And the best way I know how to appreciate them and respect them is to sample the records.
Sample them.
Well, I had a friend come over. He was another artist, and I was like, hey, I just got these new vinyls from my professor. Let's chop up the sample and put it in, just rap over them. And,
And when you
honestly,
say chop it up,
yeah.
what does that mean for the records themselves, like physically?
Your Honor, I scratched the records
That's
in a
what I
turntable.
thought you were going to get to.
Yeah.
So you actually physically destroyed the records,
Yes, I
the
did. Your
physical
Honor.
records.
Well, I didn't destroy them. I definitely
Well,
scratched
if you
with them.
scratched them, let me tell you this, and I'm not as senior as this established man, but I can tell you I am old enough to remember what it is to drop a vinyl on a record player, drop a needle, and when you, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's not no, it's ruined.
If you don't know what you're doing.
No, sir. If someone entrusts you and you accepted it, so I'm gonna give him a hard time for assuming that you were trustworthy, but I'm gonna equally challenge you because if you were so disinterested, if you were so bored with it, if you felt so dismissed and disrespected by it, you had no business accepting this man's records. You could have just as easily said, you know what, Mr. Edwards, I really appreciate it, man. I really do. But you know what? I'm on a different type of time. Me and my boys like to stick with the digital stuff. We like to stick with the laptops and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the streaming platforms, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and thanks but no thanks. But you didn't do that. Only you know why you didn't do that. But upon acceptance, you were expected to treat these precious albums with reasonable care and consideration, and this court, sir, finds you did not do that. Therefore, I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff in the full amount asked, $794 to Mr. Edwards. Looking forward to your beats, Mr. Russell. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $794.
Just being responsible and showing the same care you would show for your own material.
I don't have $800 to give him, but
Okay.
Okay.
Judge has made her ruling. Please grab your belongings. Follow me.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
I wasn't given enough notice. I just really felt like it was something that
I mean, if I'm
I
following the
wasn't-
lease, I don't see it. As you can see, I have.
Ms. Shepard, I'll do the questioning here. Thank you.
This is Equal Justice. Denora Shepard claims she was stuck paying rent after she moved out because the defendant prevented her from finding a new tenant. Carolyn Eames says the plaintiff left with just a week's notice and didn't consider her situation at all.
I see I've got Denora Shepard here as my plaintiff and Carolyn Eames as my defendant. Ms. Shepard, you are suing Ms. Eames for $5,400. You say that there's an interference with some type of economic issue. What brings you to court today, ma'am?
So I'm here today seeking $5,400, as you mentioned, because I believe that my former roommate and former friend here interfered with my ability to have somebody take over my lease, causing me to spend 3 months of rent in a space that I didn't live in.
Okay, let me get you in here, Ms. Eames. You lived with this plaintiff for how long?
we lived together for about 7 months before she decided to let me know a week in advance that she was moving.
Okay, and how did you take that?
I definitely felt very rushed. I mean, I know that I might not have a big fancy job, but I am an art director, and so I do also have a pretty demanding work schedule. And I definitely felt like I wasn't given enough notice and I wasn't being considered when it came to her finding that replacement, for her scheduling those tours. I just really felt like it was something that
I mean, if I'm
I
following the
wasn't-
lease, I don't see it. I don't understand.
Ms. Shepard, I'll do the questioning here. Thank you. Okay, what time were the tours taking place, ma'am?
I was accommodating their schedules, so this was early in the morning.
She knows this, that as an art director, I do also have potential clients that I have to meet with. 9 times out of 10, those meetings are pre-planned, and she did not consider my work schedule. She would let me know maybe a day in advance, hey, I'm having someone come in tomorrow at 11. But if I have a pre-planned meeting, I can't cancel on my client less than 24 hours
What do
in
you need to
advance.
be there for, ma'am?
Coming up on Equal Justice.
Were you indeed creating intentionally a hostile, unfriendly environment?
No, Your Honor.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I would not do that.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Denora Shepard, who was fighting with Carolyn Eames over a replacement roommate.
Well, I would be at home because I work from home sometimes, and I felt like she
Oh,
didn't
so you were being,
understand
you
that.
feel you were being disrupted?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get back to you decide to leave, ma'am. Did you have a new place to live?
I did.
Okay, and you live there now?
And do, yes, I do,
Okay.
Your Honor.
And you were still held responsible for the, what was it, 3 months of additional rent?
3 months of additional rent.
Okay. And ultimately, did somebody else take over this lease?
No, our lease was terminated before.
It just was terminated? Okay.
You know, as per our lease, I went and had the conversation with our landlord who approved. But as you said, she doesn't really get that approval and tried to find ways to interfere. I mean, Carolyn was acting ridiculous. She wouldn't say hi. She was playing loud music, clearly not trying to create a warm environment for someone who could potentially be her prospective new roommate.
Let me ask you something, Ms. Eames. Were you indeed creating, intentionally, a hostile, unwelcoming, unfriendly environment as to thwart off these prospective tenants?
No, Your Honor.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I would not do that.
No, you wouldn't do that. So how would you describe your behavior?
I describe my behavior as me being myself. I was not going to change my schedule, my personality, my lifestyle, just for these people that she was scheduling without considering my work.
So you found it impossible, you're telling this court, to find someone to take over this lease, and you're saying it is because, and only because, of her attitude.
I believe so. And I think there's plenty of evidence here from
And
the
what do you
people.
say about that, ma'am?
I don't mean to get emotional about it, but I genuinely was under the impression that Dinar and I were friends and that everything was fine. And so this was a hurtful experience for me.
Yeah, so you were in your feelings, right?
Yes, I was
Yes.
upset. She let me know a week in advance.
Okay.
By the way, I'm moving out next week.
Judge Eboni's verdict when equal justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
She has every right to move out at any time, as did you. The only requirement to be fiscally unobligated is to procure a replacement tenant. And guess what, ma'am? This court is satisfied that this plaintiff made every good faith, keyword here, reasonable effort to do so. You seem like a young lady who's a little bit spoiled, Miss Eames. Yeah, a little bit. I appreciate that you're creative and your schedule might be a bit different than the average, but this courtroom cannot specify and center you and your specific situation. So I don't think you wanted to just be considered, Ms. Eames. I think you wanted to be centered in this. I think you wanted your feelings centered. I think you wanted your schedule centered. I think you wanted your lifestyle centered. And that is not anything that this court can uphold. Therefore, the court rules in full favor of the plaintiff, $5,400 per your demand. That is my ruling, ma'am. You need to figure out how to be a bit more mature in your business dealings moving forward. Roommates do not equal friends. That is my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $5,400.
Any final thoughts?
I do just feel betrayed. But
Any final thoughts?
I think Judge Williams did exactly what she needed to do and figured out the issue exactly as she needed to.
Okay, judge has made her
Proper
rulings. Please grab your belongings, follow me.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.